25th April 2023, Chandrapur, Maharashtra. Morning. Head Constable Jayant Balavar, 45 years old, posted at Chandrapur City Police Station, had left for duty the same way he always did. Bathed, prayed, routine, normal, but something felt off that morning. A strange unease sitting right in the middle of his chest. No reason for it. Maybe fatigue, maybe something else. He pushed it down, drank some water, and walked toward the collectorate's administrative building. He was almost there. Then his feet gave out. Everything went dark, and he collapsed. Right there, in the open, people nearby rushed to him. He was taken to Chandrapur Government Medical College and Hospital. The doctors tried everything. Jayant Balavar never got back up. The news reached home like a wall collapsing. His wife and his daughter, Arya, 19 years old at the time. Watching Arya cry, everyone's heart broke. And why wouldn't it? He was her father, her entire world. A post-mortem was conducted. The report came back clean. No foul play, no red flags. One more sudden death. File closed. Jayant Ji was given his final farewell. Because Jayant Ji had died in service, the police department began the process of giving his only daughter, Arya, a job on compassionate grounds so she could stand in her father's place, stand on her own feet. That same year, Arya married Ashish Shedmake, a man who had also received a police constable posting on compassionate grounds in place of his own deceased father. The world looked at them and saw a girl who had been broken, now rebuilding. New home, new chapter, new life. 3 years later, March 2026, this story was standing at a place from which there was no road back. Ashish Shedmake, Arya's husband, walked into Ramnagar police station, went inside, sat down, and word by word said everything that had been buried for 3 years. The entire station went silent because what Ashish confessed to wasn't just a murder, it was an acknowledgement that a father had been killed by his own daughter's hands. That morning, April 25th, 2023, when Jayant Ji had been getting ready to leave, Arya had given him a milkshake. She had made it herself, lovingly, with her own hands. That milkshake was not an ordinary milkshake. It had been laced with poison. Ashish started from 3 years before. When Jayant Ji would come home from duty, he'd noticed that Arya was changing. Too much time on her phone, withdrawn, going out more, a strange silence spreading through the house. One day, he saw Arya talking to a boy outside their home. That was it. In that one moment, a police officer's mind and a father's heart both went cold with fear. He thought, this girl could go down the wrong path. She needs to be stopped. Restrictions were placed. Meeting the boy, banned. Going out, limited. Her phone, watched closely. But for Arya, those restrictions felt like a cage. She had always gotten what she wanted. Every wish fulfilled since childhood. One word at home, always, yes. For the first time, she heard no. And that no wasn't just a word, it was an attack on her freedom, her identity, her existence. A quiet rage began building inside her, a stubbornness that, with time, was turning into something far darker. The boy Jayant Ji had seen outside their home was Ashish Shedmake, the same Ashish who later became her husband, the same Ashish who, 3 years later, would be standing in a police station, pouring out the truth. Arya made a plan, and she brought Ashish into it. What she needed was a poison, one that, once inside the body, would mimic natural illness. No traces, no suspicion, just looks like he fell sick and died. Ashish contacted his cousin, just 13 to 14 years old, living in Bhadravati, young in age, but deeply embedded in the wrong crowd. This boy connected Ashish to a man known as Monty. Monty supplied the poison for 5,000 rupees, and Arya, while making her father's morning milkshake, mixed that poison into the glass. But this wasn't only about love. There was something else, something that had been quietly growing inside Arya's mind. When she had first met Ashish, she already knew that his police posting had come through compassionate grounds after his father's death. And that fact opened a door in Arya's mind. If a father dies in service, the daughter gets a government job. She thought about it once, then again, then it became an intention. One arrow, 2 targets, freedom from her father, and her father's job, in her name. Just 1 month after Jayant Ji's death, Arya married Ashish, and then, she stayed in her own home, never moved to her in-laws. October 2023, Arya created an Instagram account. Bio, Maharashtra Police. Middle name, her father's name, a performance, a mask, and behind that mask, travel, picnics, weekend parties, selfies with friends, romantic videos with Ashish. No one watching could have guessed. No one suspected. that those smiling faces were hiding hands stained with her own father's blood. 2025. Arya's police training began. The plan was executing itself, step by step, but a wall built on sin was always going to fall. Towards the end of 2025, Ashish was removed from his police duty during his probation period for indiscipline and misconduct. Job gone, dignity gone, and slowly, Arya's attitude toward him began to shift. He could see it. Arya was moving forward, training almost complete, about to join the force. And he, sitting at home, was nothing. Arguments increased, taunts, accusations, old wounds reopened, and then one day, in the heat of an argument, something was said that changed everything permanently. Arya said something that made Ashish feel, "After everything I did, I have no value left in her life." This wasn't just a relationship breaking apart. This was a man's ego taking a direct hit. And in that moment, Ashish made a decision. If my life is being destroyed, why should I suffer alone? March 28, 2026. Ashish walked into Ramnagar police station, stood up, and said everything. The poison, the milkshake, the plan, Monty, the cousin, every single detail. He knew he would go down too. But in that moment, he didn't care about himself. He wanted one thing only: to destroy Arya. 3 years later, the truth came out through the broken ego of one man. That same day, March 28, 2026, Ramnagar police arrested Arya, Ashish's cousin, and Monty, the poison supplier. A murder case was registered. Investigation began. Ashish's cousin, being a minor, was sent to juvenile custody, driven by a broken relationship and a wounded ego. This case would never have opened. And Ashish's confession? That was not guilt. That was ego injury, rejection, and revenge psychology. When he saw that Arya was moving forward and he was being left behind, he chose the method of regaining control that causes the most damage. If I go down, you go down with me. This destructive mindset appears repeatedly in toxic relationships where love turns into possessiveness and possessiveness turns into destruction. 3 things in this entire story collided at once: unchecked desires, weak emotional regulation, opportunity. When these 3 align, a person does what seems unthinkable. And today, a father who went to duty every single morning is only a memory. A daughter who wanted to stand in that father's place in the police force is now an accused in that father's murder case. One milkshake, one morning, and a truth that came out 3 years later through the rage of a broken man. I want to ask you directly, if Ashish hadn't come forward himself, would this truth have ever surfaced? And a system that cannot properly investigate the death of one of its own, can that system truly protect the rest of us? Tell me in the comments. And if you want stories like this, the ones that never make it to mainstream media, to reach you, subscribe to Crimsy, hit the bell icon, because some things only become visible when someone is actually paying attention.